Hello everyone, I just wanted to go through a quick note value chart with you. If you have your recorder book at home, go ahead and grab it because we started this chart on the very back flap of our book. So you can pause this video, go find your book, bring it back, and just double check that you've written in everything correctly, or if there's anything that you're missing or we didn't get to in class, you can fill it in as we go. All right, our first symbol looks like this. It just looks like an oval shape. All right, if you don't have your book, you can just grab a sheet of paper or just watch along, whatever works for you. You don't need your book in order to write this chart. You can use anything you have at home, okay? Go ahead and think of what the name of that symbol is. Okay, it's called a whole note. And how many beats are whole notes worth? Good, 4 beats right there. And where it says chant, that's what we would say in class when we're counting these. So this one, we would say ta. Okay, 4 beats of that. So there we have it. I want you to skip this for now. We're going to go down to the next row. Okay, and that looks like a whole note again, but we are going to add what we call a stem, that line that comes down. Okay, and I do want to remind you, it doesn't matter which way the stem is going. If you see a note that looks like this, that's also a half note there, okay? The most important thing is that it is not shaded in like that. It is completely free of any shading. So if we cut a whole note in half, then we get a half note. All right, and what is half of 4? Good, 2. And then you guys are always really good at this. We say ta, just like that. Okay, so now I want to come back in to this row because there's a note that goes in between. If you are a 4th grader, we may not have gotten this far in your class. If you're in 5th grade, I think we have filled this one in. So it looks like a half note. Oops. Looks like a half note. Has that stem, again, any direction. But then it has a dot after it, okay? This one's called a dotted half. A bunch of you know this, but just in case. Okay, there it is. Now, the cool thing about the dot is that there's a trick to it. So if you forget that this is how many beats this is worth, then you come in here, you pretend the dot's not there, and you think about how many beats is a half note worth, right? Because that looks like a half note now. Half note's worth 2 beats, okay? Plus, this dot right here is worth half of whatever's before it. So the half note is before the dot. The half note is worth 2. You're going to add half of that. So what is half of 2? 1. Good. What's 2 plus 1? 3. Let's try that one more time. Okay. So again, if this dot wasn't there, the note looks just like a half note. Half notes we know are worth 2 beats. Okay. This dot is worth half of what's before it. Half of 2 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. All right, so we are going to come in and write that 3 under value. And then we have ta, just like that. All right, now we're going to come and skip this row and draw what looks like a half note here. Okay, except this time we are going to fill in or shade in the note head, which is the round part. Does anybody remember what this is called? This is called a quarter note. Okay. So if we take that half note, we cut it in half again. Half of 2 is 1. And what do you think we're going to chant there? We all know quarter notes we call ta. Great. Alrighty, so now I am going to come down. Actually, let's go back up here, okay? This note might be one you need to fill in today because many of our classes didn't get here. It's going to look like a quarter note, but it's going to have that dot after it, okay? So same trick, right? We pretend the dot's not there. We know quarter notes are worth 1. Half of 1 is half. So this is going to be worth 1.5. Okay, let's do that one more time. We pretend the dot's not there. We know quarter note's worth 1. Then this dot is worth half of what's before it, 1.5. Okay, so I'm going to come in and put the value over here. And there's lots of different ways to chant this one. In our class, we've been using tum ti. Oh, sorry. This should just say tum. Okay. And now let's come down to the bottom. I'm actually going to divide this 1.5. All right, and so there are two different ways we see this last note. The first way is when it's by itself. Okay, so it looks like a quarter note, but it has a little ponytail at the end of it. So that's one of these notes by itself. Usually, though, we see this note in pairs. So it's going to look like 2 quarter notes. With a bar across the top, like that. Okay? Does anyone remember what these notes are called? These are called eighth notes. Ah, I skipped a little box here. Okay, this one is going to be the dotted quarter, just like we had a dotted half. Let's see if I can write small enough. Dotted quarter. Let me fit that in a little bit better for you. There we go. Okay, we have eighth notes. Now I'm going to divide this in half again because eighth notes, one of them is worth half a beat. Okay, so when you see it like this, that's only worth half a beat. Okay, but right here, we actually have, we actually have 2 eighth notes together. Okay, when you have 2 eighth notes together, it's like 1/2 plus 1/2, right? And if I have half a pizza plus another half a pizza, that equals 1 whole pizza. So when you see it like this, that's actually worth 1 beat, okay? But we will have a little quiz on this on Wednesday. When I ask you how many beats an eighth note's worth, this is what I'm looking for, because I'm looking for when there's only 1. But I do want you to realize that when you see it like this, it's 1/2 plus 1/2, and that's why it's worth an entire beat. Okay, so you've got to be ready for either way on that. Okay, and then I'm going to divide this one. When we see 1 eighth note, we call it T. When we see 2 together, T, T. All right, so again, this matches up with this one right here because it's just 1, and this right here is when we would say that. All right, and then if you heard me earlier, I said tum, T. That's because in class we usually see this pattern, right? The dotted quarter followed by 1 eighth note. Tum, ti, ta, ta, or whatever would come next. Tum, ti. But the dotted quarter on its own we just call tum. All right, so there's your chart. You can pause the video here if you need to and write this down somewhere. Again, Wednesday we'll have just a really quick Google form where I'll ask you some questions based on these note values and symbols and names. And so you're already doing a really great job with it, but I just wanted to have a really quick review with you. All right, see you soon.